Welcome back to Families in Action right here on KHTS, AM 1220, your hometown station. Today we're talking about the
Mike,
immature...
I have to interrupt.
Okay.
You know why? Because I was just thinking, we have other guests in here. We didn't even see them. You want to wave to them? Why don't you come in the camera and introduce yourself? Introduce your kids.
Yeah,
They're so awesome. I want the world to see
That's
them.
what's great about working in the community, at a community hospital, community radio station. This is my community. I live here. I raise my kids here. My kids go to Peachland Elementary School. I actually have two of them here with me. I have Aubrey. Say hi, Aubrey.
Hi,
Yeah, she's going to be a big sixth grader this year. And then I have my son, Dallin, who's here. So, this topic hits home, and this is the community where I'm raising my kids. And I'm scared about what they're going to face. And yet I have a huge responsibility, not only as a dad, as a parent,
yes,
but also as a physician here to make sure that the public is aware of the dangers of drug use.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, all of our kids, no matter who we are going to face what's out there.
Yeah, some type of temptation.
It's going to be there.
Absolutely.
We can't run from it. So the only thing we really can do is educate.
Yep.
Because once our kids leave our home and they walk into that schoolyard or that ballpark or wherever it is, or that Boy Scout camp, or Girl Scout, whatever it is, they got to make decisions then without us.
And that's the key about a parent. You have to teach them correct principles. They're going to make their own decisions, but you hope that you've instilled with them enough tools to help them make right decisions.
Right.
We've been talking about that a lot in the last couple of weeks.
We have.
Parental. Dr. Privet, somebody's sitting out there listening saying, okay, I get that part, but what is it, what's going on with the brain? Why? And we're not saying just teens, we're actually saying into the 20s.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. That's a very actually complex question. But, like we talked about, these neurons, that's the source that's making you, make the decision. And if you're affecting that decision center and that making process, you're going to really affect your ability to rationalize and then make right decisions. So if you're affecting the source, how do you expect to make the right decisions? How do you decide to make right choices when you're actually affecting that? And especially if it's developing and evolving. And I know into the late 20s, your brain is supposed to be developed. Someone will certainly my wife will say that I haven't developed quite yet, but and that's evolving. But if you're affecting that source,
you can call us in and agree if you'd like.
Boys don't ever grow up. But if you're affecting that source, how in the world are you going to make right decisions?
And aren't parents literally playing Russian roulette with their child when they say, "Oh, go ahead, let them smoke it, let them have an experience"?
Yeah, and Cary just brought that in the break, and that's we know heroin, we know cocaine, we know those drugs kill, right, Cary? But the problem is people don't think marijuana is that big.
Nobody will question that.
Right, and then people don't think marijuana is that big of a deal, but it is, and that's, I think, the driving force here, and I think that's why, and we're fighting the whole tide wave on a national message here that even the president of the United States doesn't think it's that big of a deal. You have states legalizing it, and we have medical community prescribing it like it's candy, and we're fighting a huge up battle here.
And I always tell when I'm speaking, here's what I like to say. I wish I could put anyone in my pocket just for one day.
Yeah.
To see what I deal with.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Every day. The crises, the destruction, the family craziness,
Yeah.
the ER visits. The insanity that comes from any drug abuse. And you know what? I don't know that everybody that smokes marijuana is going to become a heroin addict.
Sure, right.
But I do know this. Almost every heroin addict I ever met started with marijuana. That I do know.
Cary, you mentioned whenever you speak, and I have to put in a plug right now for you are going to be speaking, and so is Dr. Privet, on this very subject, the immature teen brain on pot, and that's coming up Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. This is a great opportunity for people that are listening right now to say, I want to know more,
Yeah.
Or for people that want to say, I want to meet Cary, who I listen to every week, and I want to meet Dr. Privet.
Yeah.
It seems like he knows so much coming from the ER, and listen, at the Santa Clarita Activity Center. This is going to be 6 o'clock Wednesday, August, I just can't talk today, August the 26th, and there's a really cool...
Hey, we better go, huh? I want to hear it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be there. You going to be there?
Absolutely.
There's a really cool resource fair that takes place as well, so parents are going to get a tremendous amount of information about this.
And what do we call information? Knowledge?
Knowledge
is what?
Power.
Yeah.
That's it.
And kind of back to what you brought up initially too, is that it's so important that we give parents the right information because it starts at home, and I think we can't say that enough. The parents
starts at home. It starts at home. I say it every time I can. It starts at home.
Yeah, and they have to make sure that they teach their kids the right way, because if they let them experiment a little bit, it'll lead to other things. And we used to talk about marijuana, how it's a gateway drug, right? And like you said it all the time, you take that and it opens you up to other things,
right? And
then there you go.
And I'll tell you, there you go. But I'll tell you what, we're treating people now with marijuana addiction.
Yeah.
And it's not a gateway drug anymore. It's a primary drug for a lot of people.
And you're going to have withdrawals from that. It's not something you can I can smoke pot, I'm going to stop. It's just as difficult to get off marijuana as it is any other hard drug.
It's an emotional addiction. And I'll tell you what, we're actually seeing some physical stuff you might be able to comment on, but we're seeing anxiety, headaches, loss of sleep, and all kinds of stuff when it comes to chronic pot smokers. This is Families in Action on our local hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Families in Action right here on KHTS, AM 1220, your hometown station. And now, here's the man with the most. Here's your host, Cary, I'm getting ready to go fishing, Quashen.
I really am. You know what's exciting? I mean, we work really hard, and I need a break. And on these boats, there's no phones. So I'll be on the boat for exactly. So your ER is going to have to deal without me.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get a hold of you.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I know that.
But you know what's really exciting? Courtney, my daughter's coming on a big tuna hunt.
We talked about that before, and now, he's really on the spot, because if she catches more fish than he does, I don't know.
Inevitably, that's going to happen, right?
It's got to. She's going to get that beginner's luck.
Yeah, and that's cool, though. What a great experience.
It's really going to be, because right now it's an epic year right now. They're catching 100-pound tunas everywhere. Yeah. So we're really in for a treat. And I just want to see her face when she hooks one of those big fish.
And we've been kind of pounding this whole parenting thing in, and that's key.
It is.
You're going on a fishing trip with your daughter, and that's what parents need to do. They need to put down their phones. They need to put down whatever they're doing when they get home. I know you get tired. You guys are working hard for your family. It's tough to raise a family, economically, emotionally, mentally. But take the time that whatever it is to pay attention to your children and spend some quality time with them.
You want to hear something scary? The average parent in our country, how much time do you think the average parent spends talking to their children?
Yeah, we talked about that.
2 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How was your day? It was good. How was school? It was okay.
Yeah.
You have any homework? I done it. Are you hungry? I ate. The first thing a kid does from 12 years old and up, first thing they do when they wake up before they go to the bathroom is check their phones for social media.
Yeah.
The last thing they do before they go to sleep is check their phones for social media.
And the bottom line is that who has the most influence on your kids?
Their peers. So we want to know why so many kids are turning to marijuana, cigarettes, and other drugs. It's pretty simple. There's 3 types of kids. I'm going to do this quick. There's 3 categories. Number 1 category, no matter what kind of dad he is, or you are, or I am, our kids are level-headed kids. They're not going to make bad decisions. They're going to make good ones, go to school, and take care of business.
Yeah.
The next category, no matter what kind of mom or dad we are, our kids are high risk. They're going to take chances, get themselves in mischief, and we really got to watch those kids. The next category, and this is the largest category, and this is where we're losing our kids, are what you call the fence sitters. They're going to peer pressure or home pressure. What's going to take? All those corny things, families that eat together, families that pray together, families that play together, do well. That's true.
Yeah, sure.
But you got 2 minutes or 10 minutes with your kid, and their friends got them 16 hours a day. We're losing those kids.
Yep, and that's why it's important to get them off the fence, spend quality time with them, and I think that's what we're doing right now is the whole community outreach, getting involved, making sure that parents understand this and that they need to make their children a priority.
Right.
And more importantly, they need to be aware of the dangers that they're faced with, and specifically with drug use. There's from the 70s on, cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, no big deal. It's a very, very big deal.
How many people die every year from drugs overdoses? It's 43,000 or something like
43,000. That was
it's almost 5 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means we're almost here an hour. We lost 4 young people in this country today as we were speaking on this radio show to drugs. They died.
And again, let me repeat this for those of you that tuned in today, and you're getting a lot of information. And there's more. You can get a lot more information because the Immature Teen Brain on Pot is going to be a presentation put on Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Activities Center. There will also be a resource fair for parents. Parents, you have to be there. You have to be there. And Cary Quashen and Dr. Privet will both be speaking. So you can meet them, you can ask them questions. It's going to be great.
Yeah, if you're a parent and you have any kind of kids, I don't care if they're just 2 years old or 2 weeks old or 14 years old, you need to be there.
Yeah, you do.
You need to know knowledge is power. And you know what? I'm one of these. I believe that we need to talk to our kids as soon as they can understand words. We need to hardwire those contracts of the things they're not going to do in life as soon as they understand what our words mean.
Yeah, and the great thing is if you haven't done that yet, it's okay. You can start now.
Yes.
You know, there's no reason to feel bad about the mistakes you've made. You can always change, and you can start right now.
It's never too late.
Never too late, absolutely. And I when patients come to the emergency room and they're either on drugs or they're having adverse effects from drugs, I just let them know, hey, there is never a good outcome on people who use drugs. There is never a pretty picture that's painted here.
Yeah.
You're going to have a bad outcome.
Jails, institutions, and death, or sobriety.
Yeah.
Jails, institutions, or death, or sobriety.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
And Cary, next week we're going to have Janine Prado here from the city, who is going to continue this discussion about the immature teen brain on pot, and specifically talking about what they're going to do on Wednesday, August 26th.
Yeah.
It's exciting that the city has taken the reins with this and trying to make, because we can be passionate about all of this and we need to get involved, whether it's service, what we're providing, community outreach. This is obviously something we're very passionate about, and it's great to see the city involved.
If you really, somebody was saying to me the other day, wow, I hear there's a lot of drugs in Santa Clarita. I said, you know what? There's no more drugs in Santa Clarita than there
everywhere.
is anywhere else.
Yeah.
But what there is more in Santa Clarita is there's more talk about it because we care and we want to make a difference and we want to save our young people's lives. Hey, that's what's in Santa Clarita.
And that's why I'm here.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
And by the way, do me a favor, give your dad a hug.
Yeah, come give me a hug, big guys.
I love closing with those kind of things. Now, that's what it's all at the end of the day.
Do you think they're going to talk him into a banana split?
Oh, they will.
The show here?
We always celebrate any national holiday.
Yeah, today is a national holiday.
I know it is.
National Banana Split
So
Day.
it looks like we have to close, don't we? So Mike, why don't you close it?
Hey, thank you for being with us here on Families in Action. Tune in again next week, same time, same station, and that would be 12 o'clock. For Janine Prado from the city, we're going to be talking more about the immature teen brain on pot. Cary, good luck with the fishing. We'll see you next time.